Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am the Candle King, and welcome back to episode 2 of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. Gonna be a good episode this time because I have a subject. We're gonna start talking about that book. You know, the book I talked about last time, which was, of course, none other than The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Comer. It's going to be a fantastic time. Hope you all are ready for it. As you can see, I'm making a bunch of axes. I wonder what we're going to do. Oh, dang it. Dang it. This is so dumb. Okay. So our plan today was to cut down this entire forest. Unfortunately, though, it is night, so we're going to have to wait on that. I'll probably just cut to when it is no longer night. As you can see, I'm smelting the iron we got from last episode, hopefully to make our life a little easier. Now, I'm not alone on this episode today. I actually have a nice cold IPA that I'm drinking along with this episode. So, you know, maybe something fun will happen there. Say Voodoo Ranger IPA, just their normal brand by New Belgium. It's actually pretty good. And that's why we're doing a bit of an easier task today. Just talking about the book and chopping down some trees. So iron's done. Look at that. Oh, I also changed the UI, the GUI size, the GUI scale, because it was a bit too big. And I did not like that. So now we are at a more good scale. I don't need that. So I think I might just wait it out until it becomes day again. I don't really want to chop trees in the night. So I will get back to you guys once it is day. Ah, dang it. Another dang cave. I can't get enough of these apparently. I just had to dig through every single one that existed. Fantastic. I am gonna wait on that. Let's check if it's day. Alright, bright and morning. Let me do an important thing before that though, because this will be our best friend here shortly. I'm not gonna collect leaves, but god dang it, dude. I swear. You know, that's a good intro, right? I did not have to rush into that, but I did. And speaking of rushing, we're going to be talking about the relentless elimination of Hurry. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, the ruthless elimination of Hurry. So, just to preface this whole video, in the series, this is a Christian philosophical book. I'm pretty sure, considering all the times Christianity is mentioned and used in the book. But I myself am not a Christian. I am, I guess, spiritual, you would say. I'm Buddhist, so I guess that's more specific. But you know, I've heard that a lot of my Christian friends did like this book, and they recommended it to me, so I figured I'd give it a try, and it's pretty good so far. Really like the writing style, but we'll get more into that. I've got a little checklist of things to go over today. And the goal with today, right, is I'm going to talk about that book, and we're going to chop down this entire forest in this valley. And this is all in preparation for some other stuff, right? So yeah, I am a college graduate, and one of my degrees was in history, and in a lot of my classes, we'd have to read nonfiction books like this, and then, you know, dissect the book, but one of my professors had this assignment where instead of just like describing what happened in the book, you'd have to basically analyze the author's argument. And we were given textbooks and we had to write about what the argument was that the author was making. So that might come out a little bit as I do this, is trying to figure out what this author's argument is, although it's pretty clear. His point is that, us in the modern day, we hurry too much, and it's making us not spiritual or, not loving or caring. So that's what I perceive the argument here to be. And oh shoot, I need to go get sheep first, because otherwise this is going to be a disastrous time for me. There you are. I knew there were sheep. I was editing the video and I saw sheep. I didn't think we actually had sheep, but we do. I need way more than that. I could have just killed you if I wanted one wool. Are you kidding me? There's got to be more. There we are. Perfect. Let me just make another crafting table. We're going to need one eventually anyway. So might as well make one now. Wonderful. Can this make dye? It does not. Okay. So now we have a bed. Perfect. That way I don't have to, wake up or wait the entire night while I'm chopping down all these trees. I can just go at them. Also, you have grown, so I'm gonna move you about. Get more sugarcane. Hopefully there's cows in this world. That would be pretty cool, because I need leather. So one of the arguments in the book that I want to talk about is that Comer has written a lot that the opposite of love is hurry. He says this a lot throughout the book. The opposite of love is hurry. And, it sounds weird, but he goes on to talk about how when we're in a rush, when we're in a hurry, it's more, I guess, self-motivated. It's not because we're loving that we're in a rush, usually. Or it might be that that's what's causing it. But, it's not the result, I guess. When you love something and you're hurrying it, you're not really enjoying it, I guess is a good way to put it. You might love it still, but you're really rushing through it and not enjoying it while it lasts. That whole live in the moment thing that everyone always talks about. Seize the carpe diem, But yeah, I think I agree with this point, I think when you're rushing stuff, when you're in a hurry, always checking your work or your email, it kind of ruins all the relationships you have in your life, Like if you have a spouse or if you have kids, then if you're constantly checking work because you're in a hurry or you're constantly focused on work and whatnot, that is going to destroy a lot of your more lovely relationships. You're not loving your coworkers like you are your kids or your parents or your family just in general. So I do agree with that point, and I think it's a good premise for the book that, hurry is bad and it destroys love. I'm not going to talk about a lot of the Christian philosophy and stuff because I'm not one to speak on that. I'm going to talk more about the base philosophy to it, because I think it's an argument or a topic that can improve the lives of many people. Everyone's in a rush. That's like the point of the book right now, is everyone's in a rush and we're all trying to fix it. And also, part one was just outlining the problem, so I'm basically just going to talk about hurry and the other stuff he talks about. So yeah, another point that Mr. Comer makes a lot is that love, joy, and peace are the heart of the soul. I basically agree with this point. It makes sense, right? Everyone wants love and joy and peace in their lives. And so, that's the heart of our souls, right? That's what everyone is striving for. Yet, as he points out, that despite that being what we want, we tend to not do that a lot of times. Even now, right? You're listening to a video of me talking about this stuff, but you probably have it on in the background. Or if you're watching this, it's part of like a doom scrolling thing. You've just come across my channel. And it's not, something you love doing, right? You don't love watching YouTube. When you meet someone, you don't tell them like, "Oh, my hobby is watching YouTube videos." That's not what we actually love. So this is like phone addiction. It's all making us busier for no reason. It's not helping our souls. It's not good in any shape or form. So it's a problem. Outlining the problem. That's part one of his book. Outlining the issues. And that's a good issue. There was a section in the book that I actually really, really liked, and it was talking mostly about time being a social construct. This is a topic that fascinates me. Maybe I'll read a book about it in a future episode. But he basically talks about how time was invented, basically originally to keep people, attending church at the correct times for the prayers. And then it slowly became a way to, schedule people, and it became this social construct that is making all of our lives pretty bad. Because he points out that a lot of people would. It is night. There we go. So yeah, he points out that, just like how it is in Minecraft. I mean, he doesn't point to Minecraft specifically, obviously, right? This is a Christian, like, preacher. But just like in Minecraft, people go to bed right when the moon comes up, and they wake up when the sun rises. We don't tend to do that anymore, right? You're up usually before the sun, you're up way later than it has set. So that's an issue to him, is that time is making us more busy. People used to sleep for like 11 hours apparently. I don't know if I buy that. I don't think that actually happened. I genuinely think people are not asleep for 11 hours. I can barely sleep 11 hours, right? Even when I go to bed at like 7, I'm going to wake up at 5. There's no getting around that. I'm just not too needy when it comes to sleep. So yeah, I thought that was a good little segment. Talks a great deal about it. That time is unnatural and it's making us more busy. Obviously, you can't just get rid of time, especially now. That'd be really cringe. Everyone likes their clocks. We're not getting rid of clocks anytime soon. Also pointing to the past, I really like this segment too. He was talking about how in the past, if you were leisurely, that tended to be associated with elite status, right? You were wealthy enough to just lounge about and relax. But now, with you look around at what people view as rich, and it's all these people that are always rushing, always hustling, and they are richer, I guess. Yeah, and although they may be richer and wealthier, their souls are not, right? What is a soul? I don't know, but yeah, I guess it's just like the self, right? He's not using the soul as some like mythical thing. It's kind of just like the self, right? And I agree with this point as well, right? You look at a lot of the wealthier influencers today, like Andrew Tate or Elon Musk, they're always busy. They're always super busy constantly. Always plugged into the internet, always working. You hear about the SpaceX employees working like 16-hour days, dude. That's crazy. It's a lot of hours. And it's busy. You're ruining these people's lives. But, it's more efficient. It's more great. Humanity has been turned into a machine. But at the same time, machines aren't spiritual. They don't have souls. And that's an issue that Mr. Comer here makes issue with. But out of all these segments, I think the one that was the strongest for me was the stuff about losing Sundays or the Sabbath. I think those are the same day. That would be my guess. Is Sunday is the Sabbath? Because that'd be like the seventh day of the week. But most people say like Sunday's the first day of the week, so I don't really know. I think the Sunday is the Sabbath. You look around today, and you go shopping on Sunday, you have no issues, right? Everyone is open. Nobody's closed on Sundays anymore. And for me, all those Sundays aren't like a holy thing for me at all. It's not you know, a fantastic, or not fantastic, like a spiritual day, I guess, in my own religion. I've been seeing a lot of similar things going on with Thanksgiving. I remember nobody would be open on Thanksgiving, right? Nobody would be open on Thanksgiving. And now you have all these companies, all these mega corporations coming in being like, oh, our Black Friday sale, ignore the Friday part. We're going to be open on Thursday. And that's always upset me because Thanksgiving is pretty much my favorite holiday. And it pains me that people have to work on it for Black Friday, too, of all things. I haven't heard of many people that actually go Black Friday shopping anymore, yet everyone's kind of just ignoring the holiday that I would find sacred, you know? So if the same thing has supposedly happened to Sundays all my life, Sundays have been a big shopping day because shops have been open on Sunday. But I heard back in like the 80s or the 90s, maybe, you couldn't go shopping on Sundays because people would be closed. And he brings up 7-Eleven as one of the first stores that would come in, and they were open 7 days a week, 11 hours a day. Or no, open until 11 p.m. And that was a big deal, right? Like you could go and get your stuff on Sunday. It was crazy. And then other stores started following suit. So that was an issue too, right? You're making people more busy, right? Sunday is no longer a day for yourself to relax with your family or your friends, and it's turned into a day of just another, shopping time. More shopping. We love shopping. Man, this IPA is kicking me hard. Kind of kicking my ass. It is late at night. I haven't ate for like 3 or 4 hours, so I guess I'm practically on an empty stomach. So it's hitting me quite a bit. And of course, no book like this would exist without complaining about modern technology. I did like what Comer did. He associated the creation of like the iPhone in 2007 along with whoops along with the printing printer, uh the Gutenberg press, the printing press. There we go. That thing in like 1440. Because once that happened, like everyone had literature. It was so easy and cheap to get. It was accessible. Everyone could get it. And I think he talked about some people complaining about the press when it first came out, as it was making people. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he said anything on it actually. But in 2007, Steve Jobs comes out with that dang iPhone or iPod Touch or whatever. I don't even know. But he comes out with it, and then hey, now everyone has to do it, right? And everyone has a phone. Everyone's got a phone. There's phones everywhere. If you don't have a phone anymore, you're kind of like a huge social outcast, right? You can't apply for a lot of jobs because you need a phone number, or they'll text you instead. And if you just have like a home phone, rotisserie phone, or the rotary phone. I don't know why I said rotisserie, but if you have one of those phones, you're just screwed. So it's become a necessity in our lives that we can't avoid, and these phones are designed to be addictive, right? I know quite a bit of programming, and I also know that. Uh-oh, did I? Okay, good. And yeah, I also know that a lot of those companies like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, they all hire like gambling psychologists to try and see how to make their product more addicting to the user. And you'll see that scrolling has the same dopamine ejections or whatever as, like using cocaine or gambling. It's crazy. It's completely unregulated as of now. There's no board of ethics or anything like that. And we're just letting it happen. Very few restrictions on phone usage. Hopefully it's nighttime now. I don't have to wait forever to sleep. There we go. We also rely too much on phones. He brought up a bunch of studies. It basically, I guess, tested people's speed of solving problems when they had their phone in their pocket versus when they don't. I think it was something like that. I don't really remember. But it was an interesting thing, right? People tend to be unable to solve more simple problems when they have a phone in their pocket because their brain immediately goes to that for the answer. The phone is like an extension of the self, and we're over-reliant on it. And, you're like constantly hooked up to this thing that's calling your name, right? It's like, hey, look at me, I've got something you should read or check out. Like those notifications. Constant. And that brings us to, I guess, the last topic I'm going to talk about, which is this mention of the attention economy, which I am actually contributing to right now. If you're watching me, you are giving me your attention, which is actually your most valuable commodity today. If you check out, companies like Google, and you're wondering, well, how do they get their money, right? They're just a search engine. How are they one of the wealthiest companies there are? And it's because they can keep your attention. And that means they can give you ads. They can take your data and sell it to advertisers, so advertisers can give you better ads. There's a lot of stuff like that. And your attention gives them more data, and they use that and they sell it, basically. The attention economy is what's running the big companies right now. Simply you watching something causes that to happen. And in this case, you're watching my video. You're probably logged into YouTube, like you have an account. So you're giving YouTube a ton of your data so they can make you more busy on their site, steal more of your attention. And also, forgot to preface this too, I'm kind of just talking out of my ass. So if there's something that you know is inaccurate, please feel free to comment, right? I mean, I know I just said that your attention is a commodity. Now I'm asking for more of your attention if I'm wrong, right? But I'm trying to be accurate with what I say. Sometimes I might not be. And I'm kind of just having fun talking about the stuff. So it's very rambly, very easy for me to do. But yeah, attention is one of the most valuable things right now. It's data, right? If you've ever heard of big data, a lot of it is just attention, right? Your analytics, your user statistics. I don't know if it's ever come across your guys' mind, but when you go to a website and you go to create an account, there's usually an option to be like, hey, log in with Facebook or log in with Google. That's not like something cheap these companies can do, right? They have to make a bunch of APIs for all these companies or different websites so they can just use their Google account to log in. But it's worth it to them because when you log in with Google, they get to collect your data on that website. That's why it's free like that. You don't just provide a service like that because you're kind. That's not what Google and all these companies are doing. You can log in with Google because Google wants to know what you're doing on these websites so they can use it to advertise to you better. Your attention is valuable. So that's the last stuff I have to talk about the book, basically, right? You'll always hear people talk about, you know, when you're on your deathbed, you're not going to think about, oh, I wish I released that presentation 2 days earlier. It's usually going to be stuff like, I wish I spent more time with my family. I wish I didn't focus too much on work. Yada, yada, yada. And I think that's the soul of what the argument is, right? You can be Christian and read this book and maybe get more out of it, but to me, it's mostly about learning to step away, take a break, and live in the moment. You know, it's one of those cliche movies. Live in the moment. You can't constantly be going around worrying about everything, always in a rush just to be in a rush, right? You gotta just sit down, relax, take a breather, and learn to remember what is good in life. And that can be, in a Christian perspective, it would probably be, realigning your connection with Jesus or whatever. But for me, that's taking notice of the little things and enjoying it while you walk down the path. Now, don't let work or the internet or the news or any of that garbage overtake the actual important stuff in your life. What's important is what is central to the soul of the heart, or the heart of the soul, I think is what he said. What's important is love, joy, and peace. That's what everyone really seeks to look for, is love, joy, and peace. I remember there was a segment in the book where it was a good little snippet of text that was basically talking about how when we're so busy and in a rush and in a hurry, we get tired. And we end up doing stuff that we don't actually want to do in place of the stuff that we actually want to do, right? You might consider painting a hobby or something, but when you come home from work, you're not painting. You're probably watching TV or scrolling YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or any of those things. Because all those things, it's just easier to stay busy on them. You're not enjoying the slow things. Painting is slow. You don't speed paint, really. I mean, some people do. But the vast majority of people that paint as a hobby do not speed paint. They enjoy the process of putting down every little stroke on that canvas. But instead, a lot of them will sit on Instagram or TikTok, scrolling away, and essentially rotting. We've actually cleared out quite a bit. I didn't even realize how much we did. I do want to clear out this entire forest. See, I think that's all I really have to say about this section, right? You just outlined the problem. There's nothing for me to really talk about. I think I summarized it well enough. It's a very easy, nice read. I really enjoy the writing style. It kind of sounds like... Dang it. Kind of sounds like he's talking to you. Or it kind of is like those ancient philosophical texts where it's just one guy talking and talking and talking. He writes like what I imagine he would talk, which is cool. I like when books do that. No fancy prose or anything like that, just a nice conversation. I will say, I'm getting real tired of these berries. Give me those seeds, please, and we're going to make a hoe. And hopefully, we can learn those sheep, right? How symbolic, right? We become a shepherd. I think Jesus was one of those. I don't really know. But yeah, for Monday, just read through part 2, and I think there's like an interlude or something. Don't start part 3. I'm only going to be talking about part 2, which I think is called The Solution, which is fast. I don't know what part 3 is going to be about. Maybe it's just a bunch of spiritual stuff, but we will see on Monday. I am gonna continue chopping down this forest, and then I will get back to you guys once I am complete with that. Oh, alright, well there goes my last axe. So, I honestly don't think I have enough cobblestone to make more axes, weirdly enough. I think I have like 2 stacks, so I probably could afford it, but our staircase goes down into a new cave, so I'm probably gonna need a lot of that stone, but I think for the most part we cleared out quite a good chunk of space. You know, is that wheat already done? No? Good. Okay. So as you can see, I have a lot of wood. I'm joking, I have more. That would be really pathetic if all that forest was for like 3 stacks. No, yeah, we have a ton of wood. I have all this wood before iron tools, you know. See, that's what happens when you just relax and enjoy the game, right? You're not rushing, you're not in a hurry to get iron or diamond tools. I've been playing this game for maybe like 3 hours, still don't have an iron pick, still don't have an iron shovel, still don't have a singular iron tool except shears. Alright, guys, get on my level. Please get on my level. But here we are. I know I just ranted about that, but I don't think I want to continue with the stone axes on this, honestly. So I think next episode we're gonna go through with iron tools, which means that it won't be next episode because I don't have iron tools. So we're gonna have to wait until episode 4 to finish clearing out this forest. But that's completely fine with you guys, right? It's thematic with the book. It's, um we're not rushing it. It's a lot of sugar cane. I wish you could eat sugar, but you can't. Because now I just have more sugar cane. Whoops. But yeah, me not rushing this entire deforestation project is completely intentional with the theme of our book, right? We only got like a third of what I wanted to get rid of, because if we keep going through here, it should continue pretty deep until we get to that old growth taiga over yonder. Let's go check out that area real quick. Lots of pigs. I wish we had cows. That would be really chill. Really cool, actually, if there were cows. But there don't seem to be any, unfortunately. Dang, dude, I have so many trees to cut down. What is this? This is just 2 tall trees? Okay. Yeah, because I don't want to remove the trees in this old growth area quite yet. I'm just looking to kind of cut it off before then. I do like this biome a lot. Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty right there. I think after this book too, I'm gonna read a less philosophical book because it's kind of hard to me, or it's hard for me to make jokes and stuff about this book because there isn't really much to make jokes on at the moment. It's kind of standard stuff. I like poking fun at books and authors though, and it's kind of hard to do with this one because I pretty much agree with everything he said. I've deleted most of my social media, or in fact, all of my social media from my phone because I like using the web browser version of social media because it's a lot less addictive because people aren't designing Instagram for Google Chrome. They're designing it for the Instagram app. Also, look at how flat this land is. That's crazy. I barely have to terraform if I want to build a city here. Which, speaking of that, I know last episode I said I wanted to do like a Norman medieval town. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think I'm gonna do that, cause honestly, I had an idea. I've been thinking about this, right? I was thinking of doing the Norman village just because it had been on my mind for the weeks before I made the world. But now that I have the world, I feel like it would be wasted if we make a standard Norman village. I still want some Norman aspects on it because I think it would be cool if we, like terraformed a little cliff right there or something, somewhere around here, maybe atop there, and then put that Norman castle that I linked to just like on the cliff. That'd be a cool little thing. But instead of a Norman village, I was looking up pictures of mountain towns, and the United States, specifically like Colorado, has some really cool mountain towns. So I was thinking, maybe I build one of those mountain towns with the like big old brick style kind of cowboy looking houses, but also with a mixture of like Swiss or Italian or German immigrant architecture, like little classic mountain log cabins and stuff like that. I think the combination of the two would make for a really interesting town. So yeah, we're gonna do like a Norman style mixed with a Swiss style mixed with like a US mountain town cowboy type of area. I think that'll be the goal for here. And when I say like American mountain town, I'm mostly talking about like ski towns, I guess. A lot of ski towns have that old 1890s style architecture with, the town was created the town was created as like a gold or a silver mining town. And it's just in this valley where all the minerals are rich in the mountains. I think that would be really cool. So we're probably going to go along that route instead of just a strictly Norman style of build. But yeah, we've tried pretty dang hard to eliminate the forest, and I don't think I'm going to get there because there's only 75% of the forest left, and I got rid of maybe I got rid of a third. But I'm in no rush to do so. So, next episode will probably be a mining episode, chill little mining or caving episode where we can just, you know, mine underground, getting cool minerals and stuff like that. And we'll have some better tools to eliminate this forest. But yeah, otherwise, I think that'll do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. There we go. Yeah, thanks for watching today's episode 2, where we tried to eliminate the forest. We got most of it, but not all of it, which kind of sucks. But, that's how life is sometimes. And whoopsies, did not mean to do that or that. All right. Oh shoot, I switched the hotkey. Okay, there we go. I was like, what F number is it? I have it set to R on my keyboard because it's very quick. Because I like running around like this in combat. Whoops. What is this doing? This is gross. Yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you are following along on the Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, feel free to read through part 2 and the little interlude thing. And I will be talking about that on Monday. I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday or whatever day you're watching this on. Hope your day is wonderful and great. And I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Goodbye.